August 1968. The ogre does what ogres can, deeds quite impossible for man. But one prize is beyond his reach. The ogre cannot master speech. About a subjugated plain, among its desperate and slain, the ogre stalks with hands on hips, while drivel gushes from his lips. It was August 20th, 21st, 56 years ago today, that Soviet tanks rolled into Prague and brought Czechoslovakia into the Warsaw Pact under the subjugation and the thumb of Moscow. Here we are 56 years later. The Soviet Union lives where it should, in the trash bin of forgotten and worthless ideas. Czechia, the Czech Republic, stands firm on the side of Ukraine and has donated to Ukraine some of those very tanks from 1968 to the effort here in Ukraine. Today, some of those tanks are on the ground inside Russia, fighting the Russians. The Russians are the ogres. I think about Medvedev and his comments, the drivel gushing from his lips, the meaningless insanity that we hear from these people, their disillusionment and detachment from reality. The leader of the Akhmat brigades in Kursk, right, responsible for defending the border that the Ukrainians just walked over, has now today for the sixth time, made the claim that his forces have stopped the advance of the Ukrainians, while the Ukrainians continue to advance inside of Russia, continue to isolate the troops south of the same river, continue to capture prisoners at an unprecedented rate. The insanity of the ogre, the beast that knows only violence, it reigns supreme right now in this part of the world. In his poem, August 1968, W.H. Auden sees the violent in victory over the battlefield. But he knows there is contained in his very words a hope for a new day when violence alone is not the answer, but rather speech, communication with each other. That's the future. That's the way we live in peace. August 1968 by W.H. Auden.